Malo ni e toi hakamalo atu mai te tangata Pasifika. Well, grief touches us all in different ways. It hurts, but it is natural, it's universal, and it's healthy to grieve. And poet and writer Lucy Richards has written a book about grief. It's an account of her father's death, their relationship, and also his long battle with Alzheimer's. It's titled I Am My Father's Eulogy, and Lucy joins us now. Lucy, thank you for joining us on the show.
Thank you for having me.
And you know, we haven't often talked about the topic of grief in terms of our talanoa, so it's quite special. First of all, tell us, why did you decide to write this book?
Well, the opportunity kind of found me. I think it was maybe a month after Dad passed away. There was a connection made with another writer, and she just invited me into this journey of writing a book, and then she just asked me, what would you like to write about? And my dad was who I thought of straight away. I was right in the middle of walking out that grief journey, and I'd been spending a lot of time just reflecting a lot on our life together and the legacy of, you know, faith, hope and love, and so I think I was just ready, and I just sat down and it just poured out.
Okay, getting up there. Now, here's a special man, and I even highlighted a little bit at the beginning. Here we go, if you don't mind me reading a tiny bit. His guitar was never far away. It was vintage at its finest, and it was Ken being Ken. He was the epitome of cool and famous around Porirua City because of it. Tell us more about Ken Ape.
Yeah, Ken Ape. Oh, such a personality, so much swagger, fashionable, stylish, and musical, just such a musical soul. Even just thinking about, you know, Tokelau, Dad's reputation was his voice. You could hear his soprano coming right from the back where the pokihi was. You could just, yeah, he stood out so much. And that beautiful personality just shone through in everything. A creative soul, deep, beautiful, and not afraid to wear his heart on his sleeve. I think that's one thing that my siblings and I really benefited from him. He wasn't afraid of showing emotion.
And you talk about in the book his journey in terms of Alzheimer's. People call the long good way. What was that like, journeying and walking with your dad through that?
Yeah, it was a really hard journey in the beginning, especially because you're navigating something that you know nothing about. I had to do Alzheimer's classes just to try and prepare myself as much as possible for the changes, but everyone's journey with Alzheimer's is different. So we just had to journey that together as a family, and it was very painful and difficult. It's like you're slowly losing someone. And yeah, was just hanging on for those moments. The beautiful thing about Dad journeying it was that his personality was there right through to the end. Like even towards the end of his life, maybe the last year, he was no longer talking, but my sisters, you just put on a Tokelauan song and he sings it and he knows the harmony straight away. And so there was a language that was beyond spoken and written that we were able to communicate, you know, through. You
know, it's hard enough losing someone, let alone within COVID, and you guys had to face a lot of those restrictions. Tell us about that and how it was losing Dad during the pandemic.
Yeah, that was so tough. We were right in the middle of lockdown, December of last year. I think we had just switched into the red traffic light system. So just got some sudden news that Dad wasn't doing well, and then I just had to go through that process of trying to get travel exemption to get through. And at the time there was, like, I think you needed to provide a negative test result 3 days ahead of time, but you know, we didn't have the luxury of time. So I went onto the website and I actually found some fine print right at the bottom that said you didn't need to provide a test. So there was some discrepancy going on, but I saw it, I printed it out, took it to the airport. I got stopped at the door asking for my negative test result, and I showed them that piece of information, and then I was also, I think, just through my eyes pleading to get through.
And you got there and I spent 2 days with Dad before he passed.
Yeah, and there was only 2 days, so if I had to wait for that test result, I wouldn't have made it in time.
Incredibly difficult. And you talk about that in terms of, you know, only 50 people at the funeral, people watching in the car park, and I tell you, do not read this book if you're at the office or in a cafe. I bawled my eyes out. Yeah. It's an incredible story, and thank you for sharing your story with everyone for the book. Yeah. I hope people can have a chance to read it. Where can people buy it, by the way?
It's now available on Amazon.com, so you can order it and it can be sent right to your doorstep.
Thank you, Lucy. It's an incredible book. Well done.
Thank you.